action. All right. This is what I like. Monday morning, starting the week off right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Guess who this is? Knock, knock, knock. This is your boy, Adam Handler, the case handler. Guess who we are? We are Pollack, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. Well, what's Pollack, Pollock, Isaac, DeSico? Well, for those of you listening for the first time, welcome to the show. We call this Cruising with the Case Handler. I am the case handler. That's a nickname that I've earned over the years because I've been representing clients for nearly 17 years, helping them obtain maximum compensation if, God forbid, they're ever in an injury. They call me the case handler. They call me the shark. They call me the beast. Some of them even call me the hot stepper. But we're here to give you information to show you that we are a law firm that does things very, very differently. Law firm here to help. We are, of course, a full service law firm. I handle the personal injury cases. My partners handle the immigration cases. My partners handle the real estate cases. My partners handle the litigation cases. We truly do things right around here, and we've been doing it for over 60 years. My name, again, is Adam Handler. Thank you so much for tuning in to 93.5 FM. Thank you so much for tuning in to Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in to Instagram Live. With me, as always, is my co-host, my co-pilot, my friend, my brother, somebody that I've been doing this broadcast since 2005. You may know him as Squeeze. I know him as David. David Squeeze Annakie, good morning to you, brother.
Good morning, Adam Handler. How you doing, man?
I'm good. You sound like you've had your Wheaties today.
Yes, I have been up since 6 a.m. broadcasting right here on 93.5 FM. A little bit overcast today, but we're here and we're enjoying life. You know, I'm quite sure you are too. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend.
I certainly did. And here to start it off, start the week off right. We've had an amazing year, all things considered, here at the firm.
2020, huh?
What do you say?
20 and 20, huh?
2020, right. Listen, it's a lot more than 20 and 20. And what does 20 and 20 mean? Well, a couple weeks ago, we hit that $20 million mark for PPID, personal injury clients, for case handler clients, something we're super, super proud of, considering the courts essentially still are closed physically for business. But we've also been speaking to hundreds and hundreds of individuals that have been calling in, getting those free phone consultations before the end of the year with respect to immigration. Literally since, we started the actual Cruising with the Case Handler format in the beginning of 2020. I was with Irie Jam later on in the day. We switched up the format. Everybody, listen, by the way, everybody knows this story. It's funny. Like, I had a call yesterday. A guy calls, like, I want to bring you a case. I'm like, how'd you hear about me? He's like, man, I heard you with Irie Jam late in the day. I hear you with Squeeze. I know where you've been, how you've been there, what the deal is. It's unbelievable. But we did the Cruising with the Case Handler. Squeeze, said, listen, we got to expand. We got to expand to immigration. Your partners are just way too good. Your firm is way too powerful with respect to immigration not to get the information out to the clients. And I said, let's do it. And my partner, Conrad Pollock, who at that time was only known as Conrad or Mr. Pollock, he became the maestro. And he has been on this show consistently since the beginning of March, giving unbelievable legal advice when it comes to immigration. And he's like, listen, my firm's been around for 60 years. We want to build a stronger bond into the West Indian market. Certainly the community that's embraced me in my career over the years, and the community I've embraced back. But, the firm in general, we wanted to expand our community and give people something that other firms weren't doing. And those are honest, legal answers. Those were real solutions to immigration problems. And we've been giving free phone consultations over the phone for those individuals, just calling the number and simply saying, hey, we heard you on Squeeze's show. We heard you on the Cruising with the Case Handler show. Or, hey, I want to speak to the maestro, or I want to speak to the Maverick. The Maverick is another partner of our firm, Nelson Madrid, a deportation guy, somebody that really focuses on getting people out of very, very sticky situations here in the United States when it comes to immigration. So, we have Conrad on the show right now. I see him kind of lingering around there on the Zoom. He's on mute and his video's not on, but when he's ready to join, he will make his presence known. And you know how we'll know he's on. He's got that voice, Squeeze. Right?
Yeah,
he's
that
got
voice.
that voice. No disrespect to you.
I know. He's got a voice. He killed it. He has killed it, man. I'm like, his voice is extremely distinct. I can't take that away from him, his experience, though, goes much further than his voice, though, running that firm. So I got to say a pleasant good morning to him. Soon he'll be on. But as Adam noted, very experienced law firm located in New York City at 225 Broadway with offices in Peekskill and Brooklyn. The Peekskill office is open currently. The Brooklyn office is not, but you can also go by the Manhattan office at 225 Broadway or just call them, 844-774-3529. Now, the voice that you heard prior to mine is the most powerful voice in personal injury, period. If you need to be in front of a jury and a judge, that's the attorney that you need when it comes to personal injury. So don't second guess. If you get hurt in that automobile accident, you were in that Uber, that yellow cab, you were in that passenger car, that SUV, that truck hit you, whatever, you slipped and you fell, all right? Construction accident. You need that man to deal with the insurance, to deal with that jury, to deal with that judge, and that's Adam Handler, your personal injury attorney. So call him at 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. So make the call over to him. Store the number. I mean, you may not need the number now because that's not how personal injury works, all right? However, store it in your phone. If you need it, then you use it. 844-774-3529. All right, so we're talking personal injury. Adam mentioned that a firm was built upon immigration. And he also mentioned that Conrad Pollock is the man that's the managing partner, practicing attorneys. Conrad, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Sorry for the late arrival. I had some domestic duties to take care of. Sorry.
Yes. And see what I'm saying, Adam? He just obliterated our voices, Good
He's
morning.
the voice, man. He's the maestro. He's the man. Conrad's father started this firm 60 years ago. Conrad took over, the operations in the mid 80s and, it was really immigration at the time, blew it up to a full service firm. He is the most experienced immigration attorney broadcasting on these airwaves consistently. Of course, we have Alan, the General K, coming on a couple days a week. Alan's been doing it for basically forever. But between Conrad and between Alan, we are the most experienced immigration law firm. PPID is the most experienced immigration law firm in the city by far. There's nobody's going to challenge that. There's over 100 years of experience combined between all the attorneys, which is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And Conrad, so what say you? What do you want to say about the firm? What do you want to say about what's happening with Biden coming in? What do you want to say about your friend, the orange guy who's on his way out? What do you want to say? And Adam is like saying, we just got to get it out of the way, Adam. Come on. All right. Okay, because there's a lot to be said on immigration, and we've got to let Conrad say his piece. And to be honest with you, I like it. I really do, to be honest. But also I'm quite sure he has a lot to say on immigration because it's extremely important. Politics do affect immigration. It does. Sure. You understand? Sure. So I'm not trying to circumvent it. I'm trying to just face it head on. And I want to say to everyone that's listening out there, stop having your fears and let PPID handle it for you. All right? A lot of you are worrying about your status, your situation, where you are, what's going to happen with the orange guy going out, what's going to happen with Biden coming in. Should I do something now or should I just sit and do absolutely nothing? Should I get into the system? Well, I'll let Conrad Pollock, the managing partner, speak to you on behalf of all of that.
Well, first off, today's big day. December 14th is the day that in our country that the electors choose from the electoral college meet. December 14th. Today is the day when they all meet and they actually select our president. When as we've talked about previous shows, the U.S. population doesn't vote directly for president. We vote for through the Electoral College, which basically means we vote for electors. Each state has its set of electors that, depending on the popular vote, they're sworn more or less to vote for the candidate that's chosen by the popular vote. And that popular vote, as we all know, for the most part, has been for Joe Biden. So all the electors today meet in the Electoral College and they vote for the president. And normally, in every other, or I don't know how many, what we've had 46, this is going to be the 46th president. I think 44 of the presidential elections to this point, this December 14th, nobody even knows about it. It's not really publicized. It's not talked about. But this year is a little different for reasons that we don't know, that we don't need to go into. We're all aware of what's been going on politically with the current president trying to overturn the popular vote. But anyway, today is the day. Assuming that everything goes according to plan, the electors today will choose Joe Biden as our president. And that should be the end of the story. No doubt Trump still is going to try to manipulate some people or try to overturn certain norms. You know, it's going to just continue until the end. But today's the day. So hopefully all of this stuff is put to rest today. And getting back to immigration, we will have a president. He'll be, certified, and we can all then proceed as if Joe Biden is actually going to be president, which we've known now since over a month. Anyway, so Joe Biden is going to be the president, and Joe Biden is going to be, the administration is going to be making a lot of changes with regard to immigration. There's an election coming up in Georgia in early January, which is going to determine the fate of the Senate. That in turn will determine a lot of what happens with regard to immigration reform going forward. But even if the Democrats don't get the Senate, the president has a lot of authority to issue executive orders to change and affect immigration law. That's what Trump has been doing for the most part. He has changed very little in terms of the law itself. He's basically governed by executive order and just changing the personnel and just corrupting the entire immigration system, if I could just throw in my own 2 cents. Anyway, good times are ahead. Bottom line, well, look, could it get worse? In terms of immigration, as I like to tell people when they ask, and since you asked, the one area of competence that this administration has demonstrated that they have competence in is with regard to immigration. They've done everything in their power, and they're very knowledgeable in terms of how the immigration system works. They've done everything in their power to corrupt the system and damage it and make lives for immigrants as difficult as possible. Don't take my word for it. I'm sure a lot of listeners out there are nodding right now. This guy Pollack, he knows what he's talking about. But it's a fact, unfortunately. Good times are ahead, though. A lot of things are going to be changing. Public charge rule is going to go away. Those of you that are aware of that public charge rule, it's a nasty bit of business that the government instituted to try to discourage and prevent people from getting their green cards. That's going to go away, which is a pretty big thing. DACA is, whether it's made permanent or not, we don't know, but it's at least safe for the amount of time that Biden will be president. Hopefully, it'll become law. There's so many different things. They've tried the Trump administration has tried their hardest to destroy the asylum program. They've instituted all kinds of new regulations with the intent of destroying it. Those regulations are being contested in court. So a lot of things that they've tried to do have been contested in court. In fact, most of the things that they've tried to do have been contested in court, and they've been stopped. A lot of this stuff will go away once Biden is the actual president. We're only a little bit more than a month away. So if there are people out there on the fence, they have been debating or hesitating to file for their green cards or get their immigration processes going, now's the time to get it moving. Things are going to be changing for the better. How quickly things change, it's hard to say, but I know the administration has come out on several occasions saying specifically that immigration is in their to-do list, and it will be, and a lot of things will happen quickly. DACA, for instance, I'm sure that's going to happen, within the first week of the
I thought that was
administration
good
taking
news.
power.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of good things ahead. So if you've been on the fence and waiting, now's the time to move forward. So
And
yeah, I've said my piece.
And also, once again, the free immigration consultations are ending on December 31st. So everyone, I would implore you, one of my favorite words, okay, to actually call the law firm PPID, Pollock, Isaac, and the Seco, to actually get your free phone consultation for a few minutes, and then just hire them. You're going to need them anyway. So just hire them by calling 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. They are truly a full service law firm. If and when you need legal services, reach out to them. They'll handle it or point you in the right direction. One stop, ladies and gentlemen, 844-774-3529. I'm going to flip it over to, of course, my pilot, Mr. Adam Handler. And well, you seem like you're growing a beard there again, dude. What's up with that?
You know, it's on and off. You know, some days I go Rasta, some days I don't. So, you know, it's just how the mood strikes. But right now we'll be growing.
All right, let's flip it to you. I'm quite sure you have a true success story. By the way, folks, Adam demonstrates here every time he gets on the radio a client that he has helped in the past where an accident occurred. And, you know, one of the demonstrations that I see that is very consistent is that he goes for the most money he can get out of these insurance companies. I mean, he is relentless. That's the word. He is relentless. And that's what you need if you get hurt in an accident. And I stopped thinking that, no, I don't want to sue anyone. No, I don't want to go after the insurance company. No, I don't feel good within myself. That is the reason why insurance was created. So if you get hurt, go for it. Go for every single freaking penny. All right. And use the man, use the case handler, use the shark, use the beast, use the hot stepper. Adam Handler, your case handler. Adam, it's all yours, man. Take the reins.
Listen, you know, whether it's personal injury or immigration, you know, we know one speed, and that's 1,000% full speed ahead. You know, we treat our clients like family. You know, we can never guarantee a successful result, but I think our reputation definitely stands on its own merits and stands for itself. You know, you're not around, you know, the firm's been around for 60 years. You're not around for 60 years unless you're really, really good at what you do. Myself, it's in my bloodline. I'm a third generation attorney, third generation personal injury attorney here in New York City. My grandfather started practicing in 1932. Okay, nearly 100 years just of my bloodline as personal injury attorneys here in New York City. And I like to think that that's not by accident, because you're not going to make it in New York City for nearly 100 years as a family involved in law unless you have a certain drive and a certain desire and a certain attention to detail, which does yield that amazing result for the client. You know, we haven't said it on this show, but we say it on every other show. You know, you got one chance to get it right. There are no redos in personal injury. You can never reopen a case. You can never get more money, you know, down the road. Hey, I got another medical bill, or, hey, I got to be out of work for another 6 months, or, hey, I'm having another surgery to my shoulder. You got to hit them hard the first time, and you got to get the maximum amount the first time around. That's why we say one chance to get it right. One choice of attorney, I'm your case handler. One chance, one choice, I'm your boy, I'm your case handler. And yeah, we like to say, don't take our word for it. You know, don't take Squeeze's word for it. Don't take the DJs later on in the day that broadcast. Don't take their word for it. You know, they've endorsed me for years and years and years. You know, don't even take the maestro's word for it, right? Take the client's words for it. Take the people that have come, unfortunately, before you, that never expected to get into an accident, that woke up and, you know, got hurt on the job, got hurt on the construction site, got hurt on the street, got hurt on the road. You know, there's literally a million ways to die. And we've handled cases, all types of cases, and our numbers don't lie. Again, 20 million, over $20 million this year alone. Nearly $130 million in my career. I cannot wait until next year. With God's will and the dedication of my amazing team, you know, we're going to hit that $150 million mark. That's going to be
what I'm talking about.
Sweet. I cannot wait for that. And that's, you know, inevitable again, with God's will. But let's talk about some cases that, we recently resolved. I'm on my website right now. And for those of you that can safely do so now, check out the case handler on Facebook. Check out the case handler on Instagram. For those of you listening to us right now on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. Much respect. Really, really appreciate you spending, a little bit of your morning with us, a little bit of your morning with PPID, finding out how we can change your life and your family's life for the better with respect to personal injury or immigration. But go one step further. Check us out on social media, because then you'll truly see what we're all about. I mean, Squeeze, I remember when you and I began talking about cruising with the case handler of the show earlier in the year.
Yep.
I'm like, check out my social media. And the next day you call me back, dude, you've been crushing it. You've been killing it, because it's about the true life success story. It's about those testimonials. And, we recently had a case. This is a case that Matthew had settled. Let's go to something.
$95,000 in that one. Right
Yeah.
there.
Which one? The 95,000?
No. I'm just saying. Your point. The cursor was on that one. By the way, folks, he's live on Facebook and his website, thecasehandler.com. Make sure you check it out. Yeah, proceed.
Yeah, this is a great one. 590 grand. This was a fun one because we were told to go. Is this the right one I'm thinking of? Yeah, this is the one where we were told to go screw ourselves.
Oh yeah,
I love that challenge. If you could read that quote for me, Squeeze, I'd appreciate it.
All right, it says here on the website, thecasehandler.com, so you can go check it out yourself and see
it's
for
also
yourself.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And Facebook and Instagram. Trust the case handler team, because they know what they are doing. Adam and Sandra are excellent. Adam is the lawyer to go to. Make sure to listen and do whatever he says to do. Even when I knew he was on vacation, he would still respond back to me. Now that's dedication. Sasha, from where I grew up, Bronx, New York, $590,000. Sideswipe accident. Wow, $590K. That's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money, considering we received a letter from State Farm initially in the case back in January of 2015. And if you can read that letter to your listeners right now, please, I think they'll all get a kick out of that.
Okay, it says here, Adam GFY. No, they didn't say that. No, it says to Mr. Yeah, it said to Mr. Handler, we have carefully investigated the facts and circumstances. By the way, folks, this is from State Farm Claims. We have carefully investigated the facts and circumstances related to this loss. We do not believe our insured is legally liable for your client's damages due to the following reasons. Our insured contends that your client unsafely merged into our insured's lane of travel. In the absence of legal liability, we are denying payment of your client's claim. Sincerely, State Farms.
Right. And, that obviously was an unacceptable response to them, especially because we really knew our client was right. And we fought him.
No. Especially knowing that you were handling the case.
Well, listen, I'm never going to take no for an answer. Conrad, sometimes will say, take yes for an answer, but, take no for an answer. Unacceptable, especially when my clients are depending on me. And a lot of attorneys probably would have dropped this client after getting that letter, but we put the work in. And within a couple of years of battling it out and really, finding a way to prove that our client was not at fault and their client was at fault, the letter on the right reads very differently.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
It says here, and this is the letter that came after Adam Handler handled the case. All right. It says, to whom it may concern. I guess they didn't want to say your name this time around.
Yeah, exactly.
Enclosed is our payment in the amount of $590,000 US in full settlement of your client's claim.
Yeah.
By copy of this letter, your client is being notified of our payment in accordance with New York State Regulation 64. Thank you for your courtesy and cooperation in bringing this matter to a conclusion. Sincerely, State Farm Claims.
Yeah. So literally zero to 590,000 during the course of this litigation. A case I'm super proud of. Client obviously extremely appreciative. but that just illustrates how we do things at Pollock, Isaac, Seco. That's just personal injury. Wait till you see what we can do on the immigration side. I mean, Conrad, you haven't stumped him yet, have you? Have you, Squeeze?
No, we have not stumped him yet. And that's the reason why anyone listening to this radio station, the worst and the biggest mistake you can do is actually handle your case by yourself. The second one is to go to inexperienced attorneys when it comes to the capacity of immigration. And profoundly, Conrad Pollock, PPID, is fully knowledgeable in the area of immigration law. True or false, Conrad?
True.
Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason why the same number, two different departments, two separate departments, and sometimes they are, they interconnect, all right? 844-774-3529. I want to say to everyone out there, you listen to the station, text it to your friend, let your friends, let everybody know, I'm listening to the Caribbean station, I'm listening to Squeeze, I'm listening to other programs. The attorney that we need, the law firm that we need for personal injury and immigration is PPID. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Yes, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but I always say, go with PPID. Adam didn't ask me if I was down with them, but that's okay.
I was going to get to that. Well, listen, I'm down with PPID. Certainly the maestro is down with PPID. Squeeze, I guess we can make it official. I know the answer, but
yeah,
might as well let everybody out there know. Are you down with PPID?
Come on, you know me. I'm down with PPID.
Do we have a question we can get to real quick?
Yeah, I got a question for Conrad here. I got two questions. My husband has a conditional green card and currently lives and works here in the U.S. He occasionally does freelancing on the side. Is he able to freelance for foreign countries while remaining here in the U.S., or will that cause problems when we file for his permanent GC or citizenship?
No problem at all. As long as it's a valid marriage, that's what counts. He's allowed to travel. He's got a green card. I mean, it's a conditional card, but it's valid for 2 years. As long as it's a valid marriage, they can demonstrate that it's a valid marriage when the time comes to renew, which, as I said, the card's good for 2 years. They have to do it before the 2-year anniversary, reapply. Should be no problem.
Here's another quick one, and this concludes it. Hi, everyone. Is there a way to get an extension on a visitor visa for my parents or family member?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Probably the reason for the extension might, have some relevance.
Right.
And just the fact that, ski season is here and we'd like to get a couple of runs in up in Vermont before we leave. I don't know if that's going to cut it.
They want to go to Disneyland.
They can't get a flight or somebody in the family is very sick and they need mom to stay here and take care of them. Depends how frequently
or COVID.
How frequently they've been in the United States, how long they've been in the United States. There are all kinds of factors involved. But the short answer is yes, you can apply for an extension. Typically, when they arrive, they're allowed to stay here for up to 6 months. If you're going to apply for an extension, I wouldn't do it within the first 2 months. It doesn't look good. But again, there are all kinds of factors involved. That's something you need to call and we can give you and we can discuss details.
Absolutely. And I wanted to say that, Conrad, before we get to the top of the hour. I wanted to say, people, one of the biggest mistakes you all can make, which is terrible, all right, is to overstay your visa. Call the law firm first. Before any of you overstay your visa, I'm going against time. Before any of you overstay your visa, call 844-774-3529. If you're a visitor right now and you're cutting it close, before you overstay your visa, you can extend. Call 844-774-3529. Immigration, yes, 844-PPID law. Personal injury, yes, 844-PPID-LAW. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Adam, Conrad, and Squeeze right here on 93.5 FM. We catch up with you in mañana. We out. And there you have it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here on Facebook. Remember, share for us, please. Had a little bit of a hiccup with Facebook kicking my asphalt recently. But share. All right. Share with everyone that you know. And just take care of yourselves. And once again, thank you so much for reaching out to, of course, Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. The number, 844-774-3529 or follow the links 844-774-3529. Adam, Conrad, thank you so much for being here.
My brother, thank you.
Just got to remind them, free consultations end at the end of the year. So get your free consultations in 844-PPIDLAW, and that's the phone consultation. Schedule one with an attorney.